The Brutal Truth About Success: Why Most People Will Never Make It. This book is for those who are tired of wandering in search of their purpose. For those who have already started but doubt whether they are moving in the right direction. For those who want to find their path but are drowning in a chaos of ideas and opportunities. Here, you'll find a simple yet powerful algorithm used by successful people. Some learned it from mentors. Others had to endure the pain of mistakes and disappointments. Now you have the chance to take this tool, which has already helped thousands, and apply it in your life. Yes, there are no guarantees. Nobody promises 100% success. But this approach can significantly increase your chances if you're ready to work hard. Remember, life is not your enemy but your ally. It offers opportunities, and you've already taken the first step by engaging with this material. Friends, subscribe to my channel for book summaries. Here, you'll find plenty of valuable and inspiring books that will help you grow both personally and professionally. Let's continue. One of the biggest obstacles to success is the desire to get everything here and now, without effort. In today's world, this idea has deeply taken root. People look for magic pills, mentors who will do everything for them, and easy paths. This is the mindset of a parasite. If you want to win, you need to uproot it. Successful people share their experiences, but even the most valuable advice doesn't work for those who act on emotions. Emotions burn out quickly, and so does motivation. Or for those who see obstacles as the end of the road. Understand this. Every achievement requires effort, and the more effort invested, the more the result is valued. True success doesn't fall from the sky. If you operate based on emotions, sooner or later, they will fade. To achieve results, you need to be cold and calculated. See a problem, solve it. No panic, no complaints, no unnecessary words. For successful people, every obstacle is a challenge, an intriguing quest to overcome. And how do failures think? They believe they deserve the best simply because they exist. But the world doesn't work like that. Nobody owes you anything. Failures are inevitable, and instead of complaining about life's unfairness, successful people analyze their mistakes, learn from them, and move forward. All people can be divided into 3 categories. Those who give up at the first sign of difficulty. They lack the patience to wait for results and abandon what they've started. Those who stubbornly ignore reality, repeating the same mistakes instead of learning from them. And the rarest group, those who act calmly and rationally, create a plan, correct their mistakes, and move toward their goals despite the obstacles. These people think clearly, work diligently, and systematically. They are the ones who succeed. Now it's your choice. Which group will you join? Life gives everyone a chance, but whether you seize it or let it slip away is entirely up to you. The first important lesson you must learn is this: take action. Act consistently, persistently, and continuously. Focus on one point until you break through. This is the foundation of everything. The second lesson: pay attention to feedback. You can't move blindly. Look for ways to improve what you're doing, grow, experiment, and adapt. The third lesson: always keep improving. Learn, grow, and develop. These are the basic principles you need to internalize if you want to achieve something meaningful. Now, let's talk about how to find your purpose. First, it must be realistic. If you have no ear for music, you shouldn't dream of becoming a world-class composer. But anyone can become an entrepreneur. What matters is that you enjoy what you do. This doesn't mean you should chase every fleeting idea that crosses your mind. Sometimes, people get excited about an idea, pour all their energy into it, and then abandon it after a couple of weeks. The initial excitement fades as quickly as it appeared. Many people live in their fantasies, building castles in the air and dreaming about how they'll take action someday. But someday never comes. People who actually achieve something rarely live in fantasies. They take action. But even that's not enough. Even fewer people move on to the next step, making a plan. A plan is not something abstract. It's a step-by-step guide that outlines resources, timeframes, people, and specialists you need to involve. This can be intimidating, which is why most people immediately start looking for easier options. And this is where coaches and trainers step in, promising that you can become a millionaire in just 3 days. They teach you how to wish for success, get on the right wavelength, and so on. But all of this is a lie. There are no shortcuts. Everything you see in casinos or financial markets, where most people lose, is an illusion. It's the feeling that a windfall of money is just around the corner. But in reality, it's merely a game that leads to losses. The most important truth is this: no one will do the work for you. None of these courses or training sessions will work unless you are willing to act yourself. Only effort, patience, and hard work will bring results. If you're searching for an easy path, forget about real success. The most absurd thing is that even after realizing that all these easy paths to wealth don't work, people don't stop. They keep searching for something that will bring quick money with minimal effort. This becomes a vicious cycle in which they lose more and more. Let me give you a real-life example. A friend of my brother fell for one of these quick money schemes. He saw an online ad and invested about 6,000 euros into what was supposed to be an investment opportunity. For an entire month, he thought he was earning money and kept investing more and more. But when he decided to withdraw his funds, it turned out they simply weren't there. They even suggested he add a little more to unlock his account. In the end, he was left in debt and now has to work twice as hard to pay off a 2-year loan. And the most surprising part? He didn't even go to the police, believing it was entirely his own mistake. If you or someone you know has experienced something similar, share it in the comments. It could help others avoid falling into the same traps. The more people know about these schemes, the fewer victims the scammers will have. Let's get back to the book. To succeed in anything, you need to keep doing it even when you don't feel like it. Burnout often happens because people expect instant results. They encounter their first obstacle, and that's it. They lose motivation, and their desire fades. But the few who keep pushing through, no matter what, get past this stage and achieve success. That's the path to mastery. Yes, it's difficult to become a professional in just 1 year, but you can become significantly more skilled compared to where you were a year ago. The key is to keep going. And in this process, experience becomes your most valuable resource. It's practical knowledge that you simply cannot buy. Now, get ready for the truth. Finding your life's work isn't about endless self-reflection or taking countless courses. That's a myth. People often label something as their life's work only after they've achieved success in it. It becomes their calling because they've already excelled at it. Nobody wakes up one day thinking, I want to dedicate my life to making toilet paper. But someone out there is doing it and mastering it. The truth is simple. You're not looking for a perfect field or activity. You're looking for something you can start doing, something where you'll gradually improve over time. And at the moment when you start seeing results, you'll realize this is it. Your calling. Because it's working for you, because you've invested effort into it. Remember, your life's work isn't about magic or love at first sight. It's about effort, experience, and results. Here's a story we all know. Someone claims they've always known, since childhood, what they wanted to do with their life and turned it into their life's work. The truth is, that's an illusion. Even those who discovered their calling early on went through a long journey of trial and error, overcoming challenges, and putting in hard work. Take professional athletes, for example. Many of them started training as children, but they didn't always have a burning desire to become athletes. They endured pain, failures, and sacrifices to reach the level they're at today. Almost any endeavor requires effort and time to yield results. Nothing happens quickly or instantly, no matter how much we want it to. Yes, it's nice to look back on achievements, but we must not forget the hard work behind them. When choosing your path, be prepared for the first 1.5 to 2 years of forcing yourself to focus on one goal, overcoming all doubts. Only after achieving tangible results will you understand that this is truly your calling. The main road to success is action. Consistent, persistent, and uninterrupted action. Your mood, state of mind, or attitude toward your work doesn't matter. If you keep moving forward, analyzing your mistakes, and finding ways to overcome obstacles, success is inevitable. Interestingly, this approach is often taken by people who once struggled in school or were considered weak. On the other hand, those accustomed to excelling often give up at the first sign of difficulty because they are unprepared for resistance. Now, about motivation. Motivation arises when life corners you, when you have nothing to lose, when everything is falling apart, and your only option is to act. That is true motivation. Remember, action is the only thing that leads to success. Not emotions, not dreams, only actions. Life's challenges should be viewed as lessons that push you forward. Many great businesses were born either from a grand idea that drove someone to work day and night despite a lack of results, or from complete desperation. People who had lost everything found the strength to act decisively, creating something new and extraordinary. These moments are the ultimate test of resilience. Comfort zones, on the other hand, paralyze progress, making the path to success much harder. Keep this in mind. Only through action can you achieve what you want. Be relentless, persistent, and push through to the very end. To truly change something in your life, you need to make radical decisions. The truth is, most people are only capable of this when they are on the brink of survival. When the old way of life is no longer an option, they are forced to act, and this is when real progress begins. The harder the situation, the greater the chance you'll create something extraordinary. Major projects often arise not from comfort, but from desperation. Another trap on the road to success is criticism. At the beginning of any venture, you are almost guaranteed to face doubt and judgment, especially from those closest to you. Paradoxically, your harshest critics will often be your friends and family. Accept this as a given. Your first steps will be far from perfect, and that's okay. No one starts out flawless. The key is to keep moving toward your goal without letting unconstructive remarks deter you. But be wise. If criticism helps you improve, listen to it. When it comes to plans, it's worth thinking them through, but not for too long. Be prepared for the plan you made yesterday to need revision today. That's normal. The key is to remain flexible. When you start something new, you can't know how to do everything perfectly on the first try. Act, adapt, and don't be afraid to change your strategy. Ideas and insights don't appear out of nowhere. They are the result of all your previous work, your interests, knowledge, and even mistakes. The failures you've experienced and the lessons you've gained from different fields can become the foundation of your next successful project. Nothing is wasted if you're learning along the way. Now, about interacting with successful people. Many believe that wealthy individuals owe them something. Some try to appeal to pity, while others directly ask for money. But successful people are tired of being targets for endless requests. They don't want to be seen as a bag of money that people approach only for personal gain. They already have enough requests from friends, family, and complete strangers. If you want something from a successful person, forget about the pitiful "give me." Instead, demonstrate that you're not asking but are ready to learn and work. Be someone who provides value, not someone who creates problems. And remember, respect, persistence, and action are what open any door. If you want to establish a connection with a successful person, forget about sending pointless messages like, "I have an amazing offer. Contact me." Messages like these end up in the trash faster than you can write them. Successful people receive hundreds of such requests daily and ignore them because they lack specificity and value. Want to catch their attention? Make a concrete proposal that is interesting and beneficial not to you, but to the person you're reaching out to. Think about what you can offer them. Don't act like a parasite, as so many others do. These people deal with askers all the time and can see through them instantly. Instead of asking, show what you can provide. If you truly have something valuable to offer, a successful person will notice you. The key is for your offer to be specific, mutually beneficial, and clear. Be useful, and you'll gain the opportunity to connect. The author of the book shares an example of how they built connections with influential people. They gained access to their contacts and offered to record interviews. These interviews were then shared for free with popular media outlets. What did they do right? They gave first and then received. They offered something that was valuable to successful individuals, high-quality publications that enhanced their status. It's important to note that the author wasn't a professional journalist. He had a small blog and he didn't do it for money. But through this approach, he built the right connections and established valuable relationships. Now, he has a massive blog, but his career started with simple steps: honest, and high-quality work aimed at benefiting others. Here's what you need to understand. All this talk about achieving your dreams without effort is complete nonsense. Want to accomplish something meaningful? Forget about the easy way. Behind every major project lies hard work, faith, and willpower. You can't work half an hour a day, as some so-called gurus promise, and expect success. Success comes from grinding, from being ready to immerse yourself in a project and forget about rest. Yes, it's hard. Yes, it's not always enjoyable. But that's the only way real results are born. You see successful people and think they achieved everything easily and quickly? Forget that illusion. You're only seeing the surface. Nobody will tell you how many nights they didn't sleep, how many mistakes they made, or how many times they failed. The truth is simple. If you want results, you have to work for them. Work as if your life depends on it. This isn't romanticism, it's reality. Remember this. No miracle course will make you rich without effort. If someone tells you that you can make money easily without skills, it's a lie. Life doesn't hand out gifts unless you take what's yours. The key to success is experimentation. Try everything. You might fail for years. Your projects might collapse one after another. But all of this is part of the journey. Your successes and failures create the foundation on which, sooner or later, something worthwhile will be built. Don't fear failure. Fear inaction. By creating something new, you discover yourself. But here's the truth. This desire to create, to build, to move forward isn't in everyone. Some have the courage and willpower to start building their business or developing projects from a young age. Others spend their entire lives in their comfort zones, dreaming that something will change someday. Yes, there are exceptions. Some find their path at 40 or 50 years old. But that's rare. Most people without that inner fire remain waiting for a miracle, hiding behind comfort and excuses. Check yourself. Are you waiting for the perfect moment? Dreaming but not acting? Be honest. Maybe you're stuck in inaction because your life is too comfortable to change anything. But do you know what's most important? It's one word: action. Right now, ask yourself, what can you do today? Tomorrow? Every day? Without action, your search for yourself will turn into an endless cycle. You'll keep searching until time runs out, without ever starting. The essence of the book boils down to this. Step out of your comfort zone and start doing. This is the only way to move forward. In life, there are 3 categories of people. The first are those who live socialized lives. They go to work, start families, and do the right things. The second are those who take on challenging projects, try, fail, but stay passionate about their work. And the third are the most hopeless dreamers who do nothing. They don't live fully, nor do they strive for more. They just dream, wasting their time. This is the worst state you can be in. A hallmark of these people is the word if. If the circumstances align, if I find my calling, if everything goes perfectly, they wait for life to roll out a red carpet for them, leading them to success without any effort. But the reality is this. No one owes you anything. You'll have to earn everything through sweat and struggle. The author emphasizes, always have a backup plan. It could be real estate abroad or another way to protect yourself in case of a crisis. Don't rely on one place, one country, or one job. Be prepared for change. Every successful person has faced hardships. The author shares that none of his projects came easily. It took persistence, sweat, and mistakes. The key was that he never gave up. The problem with most people is that they abandon their efforts as soon as they encounter difficulties. This leads to disappointment and a loss of faith in oneself and one's abilities. The more projects you abandon, the harder it becomes to start something new. How do you know if it's worth continuing? Make sure you've invested at least a year in the project. If, after a year, there's no improvement, you can move on. But if there's progress, even small progress, keep fighting. Success is built on patience. The main message of the book is this: take action and don't give up. After reading it, don't just stop at thinking, that was helpful. Start applying the ideas immediately. Today. Ask yourself every day, what can I do right now? Remember, developing any project takes 6 months to 3 years. That's a short time compared to the decades spent on dead-end jobs or empty dreams of easy money. Start taking action now so you won't regret it later. Life isn't a red carpet. Success doesn't come easily. Behind every significant achievement lies hard work, years of mistakes, and perseverance. Dreams mean nothing if you don't back them up with actions. Stop waiting for perfect circumstances. They'll never come. Act, experiment, try, and remember that every failure is a step on the path to success. However, it's important not to abandon projects without reason. Dedicate time, effort, and patience to them. A minimum of 6 months, or even 3 years, is a realistic time frame that can transform your life. The key is to believe in your work and keep moving forward. Subscribe to my channel for book summaries. I promise you'll discover many valuable books here.